Losses around frontiers have increasingly pushed the army into Myanmar's Buddhist-dominated heartland. As of now, the rebels remain a formidable opponent for the junta. Military setbacks closer to central Myanmar could cut off the junta's access to key transport arteries and significantly impact the troops further.
We win in everywhere, step by step, but it will take time. We need to have a kind of like coordination with the other groups, because in our country, so many groups and so many differences, but we try for how we take coordination to block and to defeat the military.
As fighting between the junta and the resistance forces show no signs of ebbing, peace in the nation remains a distant hope. In Myanmar, there are many groups and many differences, yet it is essential that this conflict is no longer ignored by the world.
Protests erupted on the streets of Buenos Aires as President Javier Milei's budget cuts ignited fury. The economic reforms aimed at tackling inflation have triggered widespread discontent. With peso's value plunging and budgets slashed, Argentina is facing a pivotal moment torn between austerity and social unrest.
A storm of discontent is brewing in the heart of Buenos Aires, Argentina, as people rise up against the government's harsh monetary measures to contain high inflationary trends.
The situation we are going through is really serious. It is not a corporate claim of the universities, nor is it a whim. There is a practical problem. If there is no reasonable updating of the operating budget, it is impossible to envisage the whole year with normal activities. In March 2024, we have a budget made for September 2022 values.
President Javier Milei's aggressive budget cuts have ignited a firestorm of protest threatening to engulf the nation in turmoil. The country had announced major economic reforms to battle the inflation rates that went up to a staggering 150%, making the US dollar the country's official currency from what was peso, in order to curb the threatening rise. Measures to control the inflation taken by the government has resulted in the value of the currency sliding substantially. This has led to prices of commodities and services skyrocket almost by 4 times.
With the change of government that took place in Argentina on December last year, we now have a president who is generating a budgetary adjustment in all sectors of society. The budget in force last year was extended, which means that we are operating with the same money, but in our country we have very high inflation. This means that if last year we had 100 pesos to function with, this year we only have 25 pesos. We have a budget cut of 75% in the national universities.
The rallies stem from Milei's government touting a rare first quarter surplus as evidence of reining in excessive public spending aiming to bolster Latin American nations' future. In fact, the government has lodged a financial fiscal surplus of more than $315.4 million in March.
I want to announce the national public sector logged in March a financial surplus of over 275,000 million pesos, getting, after over 20 years, a financial surplus of 0.2 of the GDP during the first quarter. This is the first quarter with financial surplus since 2008.
Milei took office in December, pledging to enact an economic shock plan in a bid to arrest triple-digit inflation and reverse a prolonged economic slump marked by the steady deterioration of the peso currency and growing poverty. As Argentina finds itself at a crossroad, torn between government austerity measures and the outcry for accessible education and economic stability, the nation braces for an uncertain future. With tensions escalating and voices of dissent growing louder, the outcome of this struggle will shape the trajectory of Argentina's path forward.
We'll take a short break here. We'll be back with more. See you on the other side.
In a world that never stops, where information shapes our reality, one app stands out, helps you stay ahead of time. Introducing the DD India app, your gateway to a world of news right at your fingertips. Your most trusted source of news goes global, goes digital. Explore a world of options, top stories, live updates, in-depth analysis and more. Stay informed wherever you are. Real-time alerts keep you ahead of the curve always. The DD India app, connecting you to the world one story at a time. Download now and explore the world of knowledge, insights and authentic information.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India and this is Voice of the Global South. In South Africa, the healthcare system is in crisis as the country grapples with implementing the National Health Insurance Bill. Amidst overcrowded hospitals and shortage of medical professionals, patients